As soon as I went into the dog area with my dog, which I could not see that there was even another animal in there, the child and the dog turned the corner. The dog didn't growl, he didn't bark, he didn't do anything. He just instantly lunged. He pulled immediately away from the child, who had no control over him whatsoever. I will say that the child did try to help the best that he could, but I mean, he's maybe 100 pounds, if that. He was a very, very small child. This is a very large dog.
Were you injured in the course of this?
Yes, I was.
What happened to you?
I broke my 5th metacarpal. In punching the dog. They call that a boxer break from repeatedly blowing against something that is like a brick wall. I tore my MCL in my knee, and then I also suffered dog bite to my thumb that was pretty deep.
Okay, so I believe her. She's hurt. And here's the dog. The dog is hurt. Is that blood on?
Yes.
More blood? Blood around the ear?
Yes.
Blood on the side of the face?
Yes, ma'am.
More injuries?
To the neck, yeah, that's his neck and his face.
So I saw this picture that you submitted. This is you and the swollen knee from the torn MCL.
Correct.
I want to talk to you about part of your defense, which is that you had no evidence that this actually happened. Did you have any reason to believe that she had just made this attack up?
No, I mean, I totally believe that CJ did attack them. Why it happened, I cannot say. If it actually happened that way, I cannot say. All I know is that Colton and his mother said that he got drugged all the way across the yard and didn't let go of the dog until right before he got to her.
Colton's the little boy?
Yes, Colton is the little boy.
So he was dragged across the yard because he couldn't control the dog.
Yes.
Ma'am, let me talk to you for a moment. Would you take the stand? The two of you know each other since high school. Were you friends in high school?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Did you have any reason to believe that she'd be lying about this?
Actually, when she talked to us the day after it happened, when we showed up back at home, there was no bandages. There was nothing proving that he had done anything to her, except for she had a knee brace on.
Except she had a knee brace because she tore her MCL.
And I looked on her Facebook, and 3 months prior to this dog attack, she had a knee injury before.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
That's a big fact. So what they're suggesting is that they think that you were exaggerating these injuries. So did you submit some medical evidence?
I did. I submitted 2 MRIs, actually. One from the previous knee injury that she's speaking of. It was not 3 months before. It was actually a couple years before, and it was on the opposite leg. And then I also submitted the MRI image and
what
findings.
exhibit? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Where are the MRIs in your exhibit? While she's looking for that, what happened to your boss, sir? Did he die of COVID?
I honestly do not know. I think he died of an overdose.
What kind of work were you doing?
I am a mover. When my boss died, I had actually talked to him about borrowing the $800 that she had asked for the vet bill. But he died before I could get that money from him. We told her, you know, and she agreed that we would try and pay her as we could, and that was perfectly okay with her.
Did she ever send you any medical bills or any vet bills?
No.
Yes, I did. On page 39, it shows the invoice that I had given to them within a couple days of us speaking, because they came back. So it was sent, and by them, I mean Eleni. I sent it directly to her.
That's not something I've seen, Your Honor.
Okay, so you know what? You didn't see it, now you see it. Do you have any basis for disputing or disbelieving her version of the attack?
The current harassment. It says right here, or why he felt the need to verbally attack me yet again. I have stayed away from you guys and said nothing to either of you. There's only been one incident at all where I opened my mouth. She went out, she called the cops on my buddy parked in the fire lane, and then she went and parked her car there an hour later. So I said, why are you calling the cops on people if you're gonna park there? That is all I said, and I have turned away from her every time she walks out her door, every time she pulls in her car. I do not look at her, I want nothing to do with her.
So there are 2 transactions here. The first is the dog incident. The second part of this case has to do with what she describes as your harassment, because she says that one or both of you called her caller and
Nope.
And you are complaining about what? You're complaining about her text
The text messages that she sent to my wife.
But the text message that she sent to your wife was simply, I want him to stop calling me names.
It's lies.